Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. As you can see, I have another sample. If you guys don't know me, that's because I do samples for high-end foundations because I'm on a budget, as I'm sure like most of you are. So you can always go up to your local counters and ask for a sample to give it a go. I have the shade 0.5, which is supposed to be fairly pale with soft pink undertones. I'm not a super pink undertone person, but I'm near enough always the palest shade in the foundation, so this is what I went for. So there are 26 shades in this foundation, and I've had a look on the website and most of them seem to be medium tones. There's like a couple of lighter tones and then like a few darker tones as well, like maybe 2 or 3 of each. So it's not the widest shade range in the world, and it doesn't seem to go super dark and kind of pale. We'll go with kind of pale. But you guys will see down below when I insert some swatches so that you can see how the foundation compares to some of the others in my collection. So this is the Urban Decay Naked Skin in 0.5. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter in 0.5. This is the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect in Creamy Vanilla. This is the NYX Total Control Foundation Drops in Pale. So this foundation retails for £28.50 for a fluid ounce, which is standard. It's very similarly priced to the other foundation, which I'm going to be reviewing for you guys maybe next week, something like that, because I also have a sample of that I'm looking forward to trying out. But I feel like the Naked Skin is definitely not quite as popular as the All Nighter, but then I feel like it's supposed to kind of do different things for you, if you know what I'm saying. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at the claims. So basically this is supposed to transform your complexion and give you a flawless finish. It's supposed to be luminous, weightless, and provide coverage. It's supposed to be demi-matte though, so I don't know. We'll see. And it has light diffusing spheres to help blur imperfections and wrinkles and look like you've been professionally retouched. It's supposed to be a buildable formula that has medium to full coverage. So this is also supposed to be quite a moisturising foundation. It lists all these like ingredients and like oils and stuff that it's put in to help keep your skin nourished. So if you're super oily, just be aware of that you may not need to kind of go in with all these extra oils and things if that's what you normally put on under your foundation. So it does mention that it comes with a pump, which is good because as you'll see, I think this foundation is fairly liquidy, and this is going to help you minimise the waste, because if you're tipping this out like I discovered, you're going to get it absolutely everywhere. So I normally have like drier skin, and in the winter I put an oil on under my foundation. I don't do that in the summer, and I didn't do that today. I only put on like my normal gel moisturiser, which I always link down in the description box. So if you want to see how this foundation applies to my normal to dry skin, then please keep on watching. And if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave, and if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. So as you guys know, today we're reviewing the Urban Decay Naked Skin. Again, another sample as per with high-end foundations. I live on a budget, it's gonna happen. But I'm looking in this bottle, and this is the shade 0.5. As you know, I'm always gonna go for the lightest shade, and it's looking a little bit dark. Oh, very liquidy, very liquidy. So this is the colour. I think it's gonna be too dark, to be honest. You know when you're not sure if it's super liquidy because it's like melted in this English heat, or if it's because it's a super liquidy foundation anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So basically I poured some of this foundation out, and as you can see, because I've like spread it half over my face already, it like went everywhere, like it's all in my hands, like everywhere. I have a feeling this foundation is not going to be so hot with a sponge because it's so liquidy. I feel like it's going to be better with a brush, but as usual we're going to try it with both. So as you guys will know, I always use my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. So blending this out, it doesn't look too bad in terms of the shade. Like it looks a hell of a lot more orange on the skin, like you can see the difference here and here. Like it looks like it's kind of maybe half a shade too dark. I thought it was going to be like a shade and a half looking at this cheek, but it looks far better blended out. Yeah, I'd say like high medium coverage. It looks pretty good, especially for like a liquidy foundation. I didn't expect the coverage to be so hot with it being so liquidy. I'd say it's got like a semi-matte finish, and I feel like I didn't use like too much product, but then with it being so liquidy, it doesn't feel like a lot of product. But you could go through samples like that so quick just by spilling it everywhere. So it's going on really nicely with the brush. I think it looks really good. Like, it doesn't look super makeup-y. It kind of looks like your skin, but better almost. If the shade was correct, I think it'd look like Supernatural because it's semi-matte. It just looks so pretty. And it looks really flawless. Not quite like soft focused like the Benefit Soft. I keep going to call the Benefit one Soft Blur. I mean Hello Happy. Now I'm keeping getting distracted by the fact that I can see foundation all over my camera. I didn't even touch it. I didn't even touch it. This must be when I do swatches. I don't know. So this is definitely like maybe highlight coverage with the sponge. Look, I'm getting like nearly no coverage. Although it's going on like your skin but better, definitely. That's because to me, like, it just looks so natural because it's highlight coverage and it is melting into the skin. It's also soaking up massively into the sponge. But honestly, that looks pretty nice. Like, if I was going for like a super natural and makeup day where I just wanted to even my complexion out, just have like a little bit of my redness poking through, just a little bit of that, then this is totally what I'd go for. It looks really pretty, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a light coverage kind of girl. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to use the brush on my forehead and then maybe try and build this up on the cheek just to get a bit more coverage. Look at that, that is just, the coverage is just so much better. It just looks so nice. My skin looks so flawless. So video wise for you guys, I do have like a few different ideas coming up. I'm powering out while I'm off some foundation reviews because I can film other videos on days when I do foundation reviews. And like, I'll already be wearing a full face of makeup. It's not like adding more makeup anyway, just to sit around my house and film. So I may as well get all my filming done in one day and then sit and power out some editing. But I'm also going to be doing some like vlogging. Like, you guys seemed to like that last time when I did some vlogging. I'm going to be probably going back up north to see my family. So I'm going to probably vlog a little bit then, depending on how up for that they are. But I am going to obviously have my private time with my family. But also, we're going to be having a look at some wedding venues. I may or may not vlog that. I don't want to give too much of the game away. So like, I'm going to list everything, all the vendors I used and everything when it comes to the wedding. But that is quite far off yet. So, you know, little bits of wedding stuff here and there is going to seem a little bit higgledy-piggledy. That's my thought. I'd say I've got it to now high, medium, low, full coverage. It's not a soft focus or anything like that, but it does look good. Do you know what I'm saying? It definitely has much more of a natural look. I don't look makeup-y at all, and honestly, it looks really pretty. But yeah, it looks really pretty on my forehead. The rest of my face is looking like average. I don't know that it looks anything special. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the rest of my makeup on and I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. So that like took me quite a while because I just kind of got carried away. As you can tell, I've done like a full beat. I was planning on doing like a kind of more natural look today, but then that didn't happen. So anyway, it's like 11:30 and I definitely set my face like around 10:30. So I'm going to call 10:30 as the check-in time. But basically, I think it's looking okay. I wouldn't say it's looking amazing. Like on my chin, it's like, it's looking a little bit weird. It's looking like less coverage here and then like makeup-y and like dark around the edge of my lips. And I just find like it's looking makeup-y all around my mouth. On my forehead, it looks okay. I feel like the coverage is about medium and I feel like it's settled only slightly into my forehead lines. I haven't really had to blend it out too much on my forehead, which I'm pretty pleased about, but otherwise I just think it looks average still. Do you know what I'm saying? And my skin was looking and feeling like pretty dry, to be honest, and I still had yet to like powder my cheeks or anything like that, so I was a little bit concerned that it was going to dry me out. So perhaps then maybe an oil would look better under this, because as you guys know, at the moment in the summer I haven't been putting a facial oil on top of my moisturiser. Next time maybe I'll try it with a facial oil underneath, or maybe like a smoothing primer. So now I'm going to go through the rest of the products I put on my face. So as usual, I use the Revolution Concealer and Define Concealers in F1, not F1, that's the foundation shade. I always do this. In C1 and C0. For my eyebrows, I use the Revolution Pro Brow Pomade and the L'Oreal Brow Plumper. To set my face, I use the Maybelline Fit Me powder in Translucent. I don't know sometimes why I go through all these, considering I use basically the same products every time. For bronzer, I use the L'Oreal Back to Bronze, and for blush, I use the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. For highlight, I used the Ofra highlighter in Pillow Talk, and for mascara, I used the L'Oreal Miss Baby Roll mascara. As you can see, I put lashes on today. Now, I could not find my tweezers. I looked all over my flat, and they're going to be somewhere random. So I couldn't get these like properly like flush with my lashes. So they look good, and when they're going to be flush with the lashes, they're going to look better. But you know me, if I'm putting eyelashes on, they're always going to look a little bit janky. So to attach them, I use the Duo Lash Glue, and the actual lashes themselves are the Eyelaw No. 5 Accents. They're supposed to be like a kind of just like off the lash, like wispy. You don't have to place them super directly because they're only supposed to be like 2/3 of the way across the lash band. But I have small eyes, I think, by like the looks of it. So it came nearly like all the way across. But I feel like because they go in at the centre, they look super wispy and super gorgeous. So I also went a little bit nuts on the eyes, I'm not gonna lie. I had like a look in mind. Didn't quite turn out the way I was planning, but I'm super happy with it. I feel like this is the look that I wanted for that first Get Ready With Me that I filmed. That look turned out properly janky. So I used like 3 eyeshadow palettes. I used one shade from this Take Me Back to Brazil palette because I was after like a light purple, and this is the only place I had it, so I used like this shade here. I then used the Morphe 15N Night Master palette. I used like 2 shades from this. So from this palette, I used like these 2 shades here, Cliché and Scene. So I also used this Magic palette by Juvia's Place. I'm sure the swatch video will have gone up before you see this. But I basically just used Ozone and If. I'm going with If. I'll be back in a few hours so you can see how it's wearing. Hey guys, it's like 2:30, so I've had the foundation on for at least 4 hours now. And it's looking alright. It looks like pretty good on my cheeks, my product's holding well. I think it looks like average to okay, do you know what I'm saying? It looks a bit makeup-y on my chin, and in my wrinkles it's like bunching a bit, so I have like this orange gathers in my wrinkles, which I'm not a fan of. The creasing's also a bit more significant on my under eyes. I feel like it's never normally this bad. I have some creasing like always because I have creasy under eyes. But otherwise it looks alright, average. Would I wear it again? Maybe not, considering I've got so many other good foundations. And it's 28 quid for a full bottle, and I have foundations for like a tenner that I prefer. So we'll see how it goes on. Perhaps it'll look amazing at the end, you never know. But 4 hours in, I'm not like overly keen, do you know what I'm saying? Hey guys, it's like 20 to 7, so I've had this foundation on for just over 10 hours now. And it's like wearing okay, like on my forehead where I have not powdered, it literally just looks like skin now, but like better than my skin normally is. Like I know I have some redness up there, so I know like the foundation's not come off and it's not just my skin. I feel like my oils have definitely come through like all over. It's been a really hot day. It's not for anyone with oily skin, and I'm not even oily. It's just, it's come through, and I don't know. It looks like it's gonna start separating, and like it's gone, nearly gone entirely from my nose, and it does look still makeup-y around my mouth, like especially in my creases here. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, would I wear it again? Maybe if I'm going out like in the afternoon and not in the morning. It didn't look so hot at the 4 hour point. It wore better throughout the day, which is a little bit odd, but I don't know. I'm not sure about it. I suppose it depends on what you're using it for. If you're super oily, I wouldn't recommend this. If you're fairly dry, I would give it like a good exfoliate before you go in there with this, because if you've got a dry patch, you will see it. But anyway, if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. Thank you for watching.